Hi guys, this is Chelsea. I am bringing you a video today about animal cruelty. And if you're probably on the other side of the screen right now, you're probably thinking, why are you talking about this certain topic like out of the blue? Well, I seen animal abuse and I watched Animal Cops just a few minutes ago. And it kind of pissed me off because I hate looking at people that hurt their animals. I mean, I asked this question, and probably other people ask this question. Why would you hurt an animal? They did nothing to deserve their pain. But of course, they sit there and they abuse their animals they abuse them and they put them through so much. And the animals, they can't speak for themselves. They can't ask for help. They can't reach out and, tell you about what they feel. They can't. It's impossible. My dog Jocko, he was abused before he came into my heart and into my home. And I had no clue about it until my grandma saw it happen. And I saw it happen. He was lit on fire by fireworks. And he was just put through so much. He actually came over my house so many times from down the street, and he had burn marks all over him. From the fireworks hitting him, or lighters burning him, or cigarettes. And it bothered me because I was so young and I couldn't do anything. And now as I think about it, I could have done something. I could have told somebody. I could have reached out. And you know what I did when I was young? I reached out for Jocko, and I brought him into my home. He became my baby, and he was everything to me. Me and him had the same connection. He was abused mentally and physically, and I was abused physically and mentally. And now that he was in my life, it showed me so much that I had something there, somebody I could talk to about it, because he went through everything just like me. And he was there when I cried, and I took care of him ever since he was abused. He went through so much in his life, and he survived through so much. He died just recently, last year, from a brain tumor. And it was pretty hard because I held him while he was dying, and I sung songs to him, and I held him. And through my mind, I remembered how strong of a dog he was and how far he made it into his life and where he is now. That all the abuse he went through is now gone. He is finally getting out of this misery that he has in his head. But that now he was safe. He didn't have to worry anymore about dying somewhere he wasn't going to be loved or remembered. He died with me, and I just went through my mind and I told him how brave he was and that it was okay for him to leave. That his life was done and that he'd done what he did and he made it through a lot. And now when I see other people do this to animals and I think about losing my dog, it bothers me because why would you put an animal through so much pain? It's not fair to them because they can't reach out and say help. They can't. It's impossible, you know? And if you look at farmhouses sometimes, there's some people that can't even take care of those animals. And it bothers me because there's horses starving, there's animals are dying from sickness because they're starving, or they can't stand the stench that they live in because nobody's there to clean up for them and show them the care. I recently saved a horse from starving, and his name's Colonel. He's still here with me, and I'm glad I'm giving him a second chance at life. He's a happy horse now, and that he soon will be going to a different home, hopefully, and actually live the rest of his life, peacefully, and he has food in his stomach all the time. I mean, if you look on commercials of those animal cruelty commercials, and you see all these people, like, treating the animals the way they are, treating them badly, throwing them, burning them, making them live in their own filth, or just abandoning them because they think in their mind, I don't want you anymore because you're totally worthless to me. The animals don't know. They get upset. They lose somebody that they loved. Well, that they thought they loved. And then they're just thrown out somewhere. And I also don't understand, if you don't want an animal, why throw them out of a window? I've been hearing that off of the news a lot, with animals being dragged or thrown. Some on accident, some I don't think so. I think the people just do it on purpose, going, I don't want this animal, so why not just get rid of them? Why do that? Send them off if you can't take care of them, or that you don't want them anymore. Send them somewhere where they will be loved. Send them somewhere where they have a family. Send them somewhere where they can play and be happy. Don't end their life in misery and in pain and in being scared. It's not fair. Because as humans, we can speak out, we can reach for help whenever we want. If we decide if we're going through something and we need somebody there, we can go, can you please help me? Help me get out of this pain. Help me out of my misery. Animals, they can't do it. And when you see an animal, like on the side of the street, starving, or afraid of people, you always think about what their past was like, and why they're out there, and how you could probably pull over and just help them and take them somewhere else. No, people don't do that. I've seen a lot of pain in animals' eyes whenever I see them, in pounds or on TV. It bothers me because they don't deserve the pain they go through. They didn't do anything to earn it. Like pit bulls, they don't deserve to be fighters. If you're one of those people that fight pit bulls, you are totally worthless. Because those animals don't deserve to be put through so much. Because you know what, as soon as they're caught, they can't be readopted, they can't be sent out to a home. They're called endangered to the public, and they get put down. They don't get a second chance at life. Like how other animals can. They don't get the second chance. Pit bulls I really stand out for, because I think they're one of the animals that have it really bad because they have such a bad reputation. I want to ask people, why would you train them the way you are? And if you fear pit bulls and stuff, don't. It's not the animal. It's the people who train the animal and how you will train it. For any type of animal, if it's a German Shepherd, or to a Jack Russell or a Dalmatian or whatever you get, you have to train them. You have to show them that they are loved and that they're not going to be put through so much pain being thrown in fights or getting hit or getting put on fire or getting, it's not fair. Some of you people may not think of this video as something that's like charming, like, oh, this is totally worthless, you don't know how to speak out. Well, this is how I'm speaking out. I'm speaking out for the animals that cannot get their help. If you're against animal cruelty, stand up for it. Try to stop it. Animals don't deserve this pain. They need help. They need us to help them. They need the public. They need to know that they're loved. And they need to know that they could be happy and they don't have to be afraid. So please take into consideration and leave some comments, or also join in my complaint over here. Because these animals need to be heard and need to be saved. Animal cruelty is not fun. It's nothing that needs to be around in America or anywhere. It needs to be stopped, and it needs to end right now. So please stand up to animal cruelty and end it.